Alright, how you guys doing? This is Cos and Cosplays. I'm gonna play Eve online so that I can help new players figure out what exactly we mean when we say click this and click that. So, the very first thing you have to do when you're in Eve is you need to understand the controls. There's just no way around it. It's not the kind of game that you get into first person and you fly it around using a joystick. It's not that kind of game. This I'm going to get out of dock right now and show you what I mean. Now, I have kind of a, this is a battle cruiser of a rare kind. Not that it's rare, it's just, it's an uncommon ship and it has no insurance. So if I die with this thing, it's a $16 million loss, by the way. But anyway, so you get out here and, your ship's flying, and the thing about this is you can't do anything until you pass this runway here. You know what I mean? Like, you're on auto fly. So you sort of just got to get out there. You get so far, I think, roughly, you can go ahead and change directions. Anyways, so what people don't understand about this game is they want to fly around. And if you want to fly around, it's easy. You just double click. I double clicked right where my pointer is up there, and the ship very methodically turns in that direction. Now I could use my turbo here, and it cycles. So when I turn this off, see I turned it off, but it's going to continue to accelerate until this cycle finishes. Now that the cycle finished, now it starts dropping off, see it? Now the reason why this is way up here is because the max speed of my ship is like 162 or something without it. So it'll slow down, and we're back to putzing along like a big ship putzes along. Alright, so you're like, so let's just fly around a little bit, show you how this works. So if I double click here, it goes there. Now if you try to use your W, A, S, and D, this is what happens. If I press W, this comes up. If I hold it down, it says orbit, click target. So if there was a target around, there really isn't, I would click it and it would orbit it. Right? If you click on something, let's see if we can find somebody that's near us, more or less. 13 kilometers. Okay, this base is near us. So up here is the selected items. This is your overview. A lot of people will turn this and this off. Well, now you have no way of flying around other than clicking on things. You see what I mean? What am I supposed to do? Right? There's nothing to do, nothing to see. If you close that out, it you can't actually close it out. There's not an X, so it doesn't really close it out. It brings it down here to the overview and selected items things. When you click on this and click that, it puts it back. See? Click it again. Click the second. Okay, so that's that one, and that's that one. Okay, so they don't actually ever disappear. They're over here. You can drag stuff and put stuff, like I added this people and places thing here so I can see which one of my friends are online. It looks like one of them is. He'll understand while I'm making this video, because we have a lot of new players that don't know how to play. So this is your overview right here. If you look where my mouse is, overview. And you have different tabs here that tell you different things. I made some of my own, but the general tab pretty much tells you what's general items are around. Okay, mining, for example, is not a general item. Things to warp to is helpful if there's a lot of places that you could go. Now, the squares are pretty much the only places new players will go. These other places you can dock to them, but these are player-made places. When they have these special icons. Square is station. Round little ones like that are planets you can't do nothing with. Stargates, this is how you go from one star to another. We'll say we're like in our solar system, our sun's called Sol, and we want to go to Alpha Centauri, so we would have to go to Stargate that's near Sol, which is this one's Cooster, and then choose Alpha Centauri, and then you would, bing bang boom, you're there. And we'll show you how that's done right now. Okay, so in order to go anywhere, you need to highlight it. You need to click it. You need to click where you want to go. So we want to go, where are we now? We're in Allogilly, I guess is what you want to say. I have some things going on up here I've never seen before. Skillers in the Abyss. Okay, you can highlight things. Now, if you don't see this in your screen right here, this is where you are. Things like that, you know. And if you have friends, we'll just open a chat, corporate chat. If you don't, if you want someone to come to you, this is the star you're at, but this is like the area you're at that star. So I'm at number 8, which is here, this planet. And let's see, we do like this. See how this has the same name, Allogili 8 or 13, I mean. So this starbase is around that planet. So in order for someone to come to you, you would drag this into the chat like that and hit enter. That's it. Now these guys are gonna be like, why'd you do that? But now what you would do at this point, you would right click this because you see it in your chat, and you would choose, which isn't here because I'm already here, set location. So let's pick a different place. Here, we'll do it like this. We'll go to Cooster. Okay, so oh, and I'm not in there. Okay, so if it's someplace you want to go that's not, you know, like, okay, so your friend would right click this and blah blah blah, he would be there. Okay, for you to go somewhere, you need to use your overview. So we want to go to Cooster, and we're just gonna say jump. See it? I can warp to it. I can warp to it in a specific distance from it. I can align to it, which will just ship will just turn. See? It's gonna turn and face it now. And you hold down your left mouse button to look around. It's probably the only function that there is in this game for that button, more or less, other than actually clicking buttons that say press here or whatever. Okay, so there's where we want to go. We don't necessarily have to face it. If you just hit jump, he turns and does all the things and he goes to it. So we're just going to hit jump. And it's going to rev up and it's going to fly right through that building. And any planets and anything, they're just going to go right through the center of it. There's no collision in this game. So crashing into stuff is not a possible. Period. It's just not possible. So you'll see what I mean if you go crashing into an asteroid. It just sort of bounces around and moves around, tries to find a way to go around it. You know, the way a bot would do that. You know, it would bounce off it for a while and eventually slide to one side or another and then make it around it. Okay, so now I'm out in space. I did the jump. Just jump way out. I'm out here by that Stargate. Now if I go in that Stargate again, I'll go back to where I was. So, now that we're out here, I'm in a new star system now. It's a new star. I jumped. This is Cooster. Now, again, the squares are stations. So we're going to right-click this and go to dock. And it's going to come out of cloak. Everybody has cloak for that, for coming out of Stargates, but it's not your cloak. You know, it's not like you can turn it on and off to cloak. You know, other than coming out of it, because that protects you so that you can find a place to go so you don't get killed by other players when you're in low security areas. They call them low sec in this game. So there we are, we're jumping, we're going to this base, and I think I said dock, so it's just going to go in. But you could warp to the 0 and then choose dock. Like if I right click on this, see it's highlighted, it's, you know, it's darkened out, but it is there. And here's the set destination. And there is an autopilot. I'll show you how that works. Because I think I have a mission going. Maybe. Not sure. I don't think I have a mission going. Okay, that's okay though. Okay, so here I am in a different port, and it does look exactly the same because it is every time. So anyways, so that's that. Now, picking missions is just a matter of choosing these people. Now, I've already done all the missions here. So what you do, these are missions that have been offered to me in other places, and it gives you the names of the place and its security level. That's not good. You know, and then how many jumps. See, the thing is, if I take a mission here at 0.5, she's going to give me a mission that's not here. It's going to be in the neighboring ones, 1 or 2 away, and that could bring me to a 3. You know, it could bring me to an 8. It just depends. You know, so running those kind of missions is risky. This is not bad. You know, 9, that's pretty good, but you know, it's low. Not a lot of enemies. You know, quick little quickie missions. So let's quickly. Okay, so go to the other things. There's a loyalty point starter. There's ship insurance. This insures your ship. You know, these are the ships I have that are insured. These are ships I don't have insured. It's because I haven't picked them up and stuff like that. Okay, and so you click on the ship. You know, you say insure, and it tells you about the rules about it. Like if I was to repackage it, uh, place it in a non-corporate item exchange or auction contract, destroyed. You know, things like that. Okay, I say yes, and then it tells me how much they cost. Now I know it looks like a lot of money, 400. You know, 43,000. There's cents there though. 43,000 cents. $43,000 and change for 437,000. So when you choose some of these higher numbers, you get, you know, better stuff. Now my ship is probably worth 13 million is what it's worth. It's 42.5 million, that's what it's worth. Alright. Now this is a different ship. Now because this is a special ship, if I click on it here like so and I click insure, it's not worth anything. Look, $1.50 for the premium, I get 5 S. It's worth 42 million, but I only get 5 because it's some kind of special ship. It does, nobody will insure it. So I have to be very careful with this ship. If I die, it's gone. And you know, and all ships that die are gone. Just get that right out there right now. If you die, everything that's on that ship is gone. The only thing you could do is get another ship and come back and try to loot it before somebody else does and get some of your stuff back. But the ship is gone. You will get money, which you could use from your insurance to buy a new one. You see what I'm saying? But do not keep your ship. Period. I don't know what other players are saying. I've been playing for a couple weeks. I've died a bunch of times. I see nowhere, anywhere that shows me where I can get my ship back. So, with that, set that aside. Now we're going to go and try and do a mission real quick. I don't want to make this too long of a video. I just want to give you guys the basics. This stuff over here, this is your character sheet. If you click it, 400 times it'll pop up. See, it tells me, you know, my skills. There's skills all the way across this thing. You know, each one, I can go to this all skills, and it tells you there's what, 92? I think that says a 92. 92 skills, 13, 15, 16. These are all the 53, all the skills in each one of those sections. I'm not really going to go over it. If you play the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This tells you about your character, and and you have little tabs here that tells you about stuff about your guy. If you need to know your race bloodline, hover over these icons, and it'll tell you stuff about your guy. Especially if you have friends, you want them to join you and be in the same race, at least. You know, so you're in the same area in space. Alright, other things here. This is how you find missions if you don't know where to go. But I'm going to show you how to do it without having to do all that. Your mail, your inventory. This is always your inventory. This is the ship you're in. These are the drone bays for that ship. If you're in a dock, you know, a square, then you'll have a ship bay, which will show you that this ship is in the bay, and if you have other ships in that bay, it'll show you them then. And then there'll be an item hangar, which is the items that are in the hangar of this station, not your ship. So when you buy stuff, you have to take it from the hangar and put it into your ship. Otherwise, it's just going to sit in the hangar. You're going to go out there with nothing on you and probably die. Alright, next one's your wallet. Simple enough. It tells you, you know, your transactions, you know, blah, blah, blah. You can figure it out. If you're an accountant, you know exactly what to do. If you're not, you might stare at it blankly for a little while. Just say, screw it. The market region. Oh, here's a way for you guys to get back to where you... Okay, now I have to watch people like this. See this guy here, Trevor? I mean, he's not a threat. He's in a Corvette. I can one-shot him. I just don't want him to start shooting at me without me realizing what he's up to. And even though I'm in a high-sec security area, until he can still kill somebody before the cops do anything about it, you will die, you will lose your ship, and then he'll become a criminal, and he'll get killed by the cops, or he'll, you know, wanted or a bounty. But no matter what happens to him, your ship is still gone. So you have to be careful when you're out here. It's best to go with friends. If you're a minor and you're going to go into a public area, make sure you bring a guard, somebody with at least a destroyer, to sit around and hang out with you. I know it sounds boring, but it's necessary, at least especially for newer players. Okay, so this is the market. this button here closes up all the previous searches you were doing. This is the item search. You could type in what you want to find. Um, it, it's kind of complicated. Like if I want to find small lasers, nothing's found. You know, because the small lasers have a specific name. So it's super confusing how to find things. You can set you can set filters. It's not letting me set filters here. Maybe because I had something in there. You know, for your, you know, like, is it in the solar system? Is it in the range? You know, and then if you're in a dock, it would say, you know, starport. So sometimes you can like set this so that you only look finding things in the market that are in the starport or in the solar system. That way you don't have to jump. So like we'll say solar system. Now if you don't know what to look for, if you're trying to find weapons and stuff, it's always going to be ship equipment. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in this game. I'm just telling you right now, you really need to know exactly what you want. The best thing is to talk to players that are already in the game, and don't try to buy too much expensive stuff for your little ships because you're not going to be in them for very long. Wait till you get to your destroyers and your cruisers, especially your cruisers you'll have for a while. So the cruisers I would focus on buying good equipment for them. For now you just want to have functioning guns and things like that. So turrets, go to turrets and launchers. Depending on your skills, if you have energy turret skills, hybrid turret skills, missile launcher skills, projectile turret, and then upgrades themselves. Don't worry about that too much. A lot of this stuff you're not even be able to use anyway, so you don't have the skill for it. So I use a lot of projectile weapons because the ammo's cheap and they hit hard, And we're in small vehicles, so we need to use small. So these are your choices. This is probably the most effective one for new players because it doesn't take a lot of power to run. This is the same gun, but even lighter, which is better for lighter ships. It's a light scout artillery. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean it does more or less damage. It just weighs less, probably uses less energy to run. So by clicking on it, as you can see, it's opening it up in this. It says system, which means it's in my system. I don't have to jump. The ones that say 4 or 10, it's 4 to 10 jumps away. Okay, you understand? So you find something that is in your price range, 1.8 million. These are not cheap. 140,000 for the light artilleries. There's 9 of them, 1 jump away. Now, if you want to buy them, you just right-click this and hey, buy this. Not a big deal. But if you want to go there before you buy it, I suggest if you know for sure you're going to buy it, don't buy this. Go to the location and say set destination. Okay. Now the destination's set. Remember which one you set the destination at. This will be multiple. Now say buy this. Okay. I'm just gonna buy it. I don't need it. I'm just gonna buy it to show you how this works. See, now I own it and it's telling me it's here. Now to find your way home or to find parts you bought. See, I clicked it out. Do you remember the name? Do you remember where it was? What if I didn't set the destination? Is your part lost forever? Possibly, unless you know what to do. So, remember I was saying, this one's your inventory, right? Very important. The one below it is your personal assets. If you click this, it'll open up a list of where all your stuff is. Okay, remember I set that destination so this one's highlighted, So if I click on it, and I bought that, so it's going to be in this list. Now this is one of my main places, so there's a lot of stuff here. But we're looking for the 150 millimeter gun. Actually, I don't even see it. Okay, but I know it's there. I probably just missed it in this list. Okay, there's a 250 there. You're going to find that you're going to need to buy ships to put them in your hangars just to split things up. So that you can, because this is chaos. Just the way things work, how you stack things. There's no ways to add folders or anything like that. Now when you get these stupid windows that pop up the way they do like that, everything has a pop-up. Like this particular thing I can't use, so it tells me, and it gets in the way. And you actually have to like get away from it in order for it to, like cease to exist. So if you click on these other ones, it shows you what other stuff I have. Yeah, another long list of stuff that I'm not even gonna look at. Okay, let's just close it. Okay, we'll say I want to go get. I don't want to get the display line. Okay, we want to go get our new ship. That's what we really want to do. So I'm gonna hit set destination. See, there's this rifter here. I don't know where the gun went. I'm sure it's in that list. It doesn't really matter. So now this has two. See, I'm new at this game too, so you have to give me a chance to figure this out myself. But anyways, this is where we want to go. Okay, so we're gonna go to Ryan. Okay, so now that I've chosen to go to Ryan, and I may have chosen to go to the other place too, I could see how it lights this one up in yellow now, right? I could right click it and hit jump, and I will. But you could also go down here where this A is at, and it'll always be here. You can hit autopilot, and it'll automatically do all the jumps and everything for you. The only thing you need to know is that if you're in a low security area, that when you use autopilot, it puts you very far away from the gate. When you don't use it and you do it manually, you're very close. You're like maybe 2,000 or 3,000 kilometers or meters away. When you do it, or just, well, you'll see. So I did the autopilot and I stopped. Oh no, I jumped myself, so I stopped at 2,000 meters away. You see that? I went right in. Now the next one, what's going to happen is, I thought I had the autopilot turned on. I'm going to be about 10 kilometers away, and I have to fly to it. And you could get killed if some bad people are sitting out here. See, now the autopilot's working, so that's why I didn't, because I turned it on. It's lit, it's on, so it's going to do and go where my last set destination was. And yes, there's lots of stuff. Look at all this stuff. This is all player junk. This is a player that is, in my personal opinion, a complete asshole. And I don't even know him. I just, because all of this is here, like this, in a newbies, in a newer area of the game for new players, this is just, toxic cancer garbage here. I don't care what's in him. I don't care how good he is. Just the fact that he has this many in this area, that makes him a toxic player. That's my opinion. You can think whatever you want. But if I saw the guy, I would tell him to go screw himself and block him, just because. And I would tell him it's because of all this, and strictly because of all this. Don't care who you are. Don't care what the reason is. It's cluster. It's it's obsessive. It's too much. It takes away. See, here he is again in the next area. You see what I'm saying? This toxic moron. So if you guys know this toxic moron, tell him to remove all this stuff, please, because it's super annoying. Now, when you're in combat, you just click on the guy, and if he's in range, which is about 30 kilometers, depends on your ship, you target him, and it targets him, and it puts his picture up right about here. And you can target up to 4 or 5 or whatever, depends on the ship and your skills. The one that's actually targeted is the one that your guns are attacking. So if you have 3 targets and you click one of them, and you click, these weapons to go off, all on him, they will all shoot at him, and when he dies, they will all stop shooting. Period. You have to click the next target, you have to click the next weapon. Okay, so see how here, when I was saying I did the autopilot, see how far away I am? I'm not 2,000 meters, I was like 10,000. So this is when you can get lynched. Using autopilot's nice, but it could get you killed too. In these high security areas, this is your security status. This number changes based on what's going on. Right now it's a 9.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
This is where you are. This is where you're going. Like, I'm in here and I'm going there.
Waypoint reached.
Okay, so now that we're in here, see, I have a security job, security level 2 job. Well, I haven't done any security level 2 jobs, but this is how you would get your jobs. You would come in here and you would click on this guy. You can click right there and it'll start the conversation. He says, what do you want? I don't have any, I have very low standings with this, so he's all like, what do you want? And they'll be rude to you until your standings get up. I have some where I'm up, close to 10 with some of them, so, and they're pretty nice to me. But originally they were, what do you want? Why you bother me kind of thing. So anyways, you would say request a mission, and you would follow the instructions. I'm not going to do that mission, and especially in this ship. This ship, I do combat with this ship, but it's not, it's not good for, not good. I don't want to lose the ship. I've never done security level 2. I'm only 15 days old in this game. So when it comes to rigging your ship, these are high power slots. These are your medium power slots. These are low power. Low power is like your 120 volt. Medium power is like your 220. And this is your 3-phase here, dangerous. Up here is your turret hard points. And you see how everything you hover over has something to say. So if you don't know what something is, just hover over it and it'll tell you what it is. See what I mean? This ship is fit with both armor and shield modules. Yeah, that would help, right? It's just warning. It warns you that if you have armor and shields, that's a bad thing. But you tell you what, it's not. To have a hull and then armor and shields is exactly what you want. So this game is smoking something for sure. Because I have not died with this setup on any ship. This is the most important thing for when you're in combat. It's your first layer. This one's a medium, but there's small ones for your small ships. Small clarity ward enduring shield booster. There's a shield booster one. There's different kinds. See, this is a compact capacitor booster. This actually has ammo in it, and it'll give me back some capacitor. These are hardeners. When you turn these on, they just make the ship 42% less explosion damage. The damage resistance up by 42. This is an enduring adaptive invulnerable shield hardener, which does all the different 4 types of damage that could be done to you. That's a pretty cool little one to have. This is your microwave warp drive. Let's make it go faster. See it says the velocity without it's 162 meters a second. With it's 1053.16 meters a second. This is a little civilian data analyzer. You use this to hack radio sites and things like that. I got armor. I have armor repair. I have extra plating. This is EM plating. 2 EM platings. Energy. This is EM here. Shield EM damage resistance. Incoming EM damage against a hit point type is reduced if it has a value for this resistance. There you go. So 2 of those. I don't think I have to turn those on. I think they're... Now this guy's turned off so that I can run these other things. So if I turn him on, then this thing starts complaining. And there's more armor. These are just the weapons. Heavy missile launcher. This is a salvager. It gets parts and junk. Besides the scrap metal you find, it finds all the electronic parts and stuff. This is a rail gun. What you're looking at is the ammo box that goes on it. Now these are actually missile launchers, the 2 light ones. This is the ammo that goes on the launcher. And this is the 280 millimeter howitzer. This is my cleanup weapon. I don't really want to keep shooting missiles or a large missile at a ship that has very little hit points left. I'll switch targets and target this to that, clean them up. Shoots pretty far. 27 kilometers. It's pretty good. So that's going to be it for this video, you guys. I'll do a combat video. That's pretty involved. But for now, this is the essentials. This is how you move around. Everything here. Your ship insurance. Your most important things are going to be like your industry, your fitting. Here's the market. Reprocessing for your junk that you don't want to keep or scrap metal. Repair shop if you get beat up with your ship. And then this is how you change how your guy looks. In here is your missions. Guests are the people, the human people that are in this dock right now. Offices. These are clans that you could join or apply to join for. That are in the area roughly. I guess I don't know. Hangars, and then this just tells you what's in the hangar. I have this Gnosis and this Rifter. So we're going to take the Rifter. So to get a new ship, there's 2 ways to do it. You can do it here, which is the way I don't do it. Well, I just learned that right now because I was showing you guys. But if you just click on your inventory, it brings you to your ship, your drone bay for your ship. The ship hangar, which is not your ship, it's the hangar for the ships. This is the parking lot. Okay, this has nothing to do with the ship you're in. Item hangar is the items that are in the hangar. Again, not in your ship. So, I don't know why that opened up. So, in order for me to take this Pyrorex or whatever it is, it's a lot there, and put it in this ship, I have to grab it from the hangar, see, and drop it on the ship. Now, obviously, the ship's not going to hold that much, so it tells me that I only have room for this much. Okay, so I put it in there. So then I check the ship, and it has some stuff in it from all my battles I've been doing. There it is right there. And if I don't want it in the ship anymore, I can take it out of the hangar, out of the ship, drop it on the item hangar, and there it goes. Now that scavenger laser picks up this kind of stuff like scorched telemetry processors and smashed trigger units and everything that's broken and destroyed is what that finds. The scraps. So like if you have metal scraps here and you have a whole bunch of stuff, and you could make this any way you want. You can have it be like this. You can make it bigger if you want to see it better. See? There you go. You can see everything I got in the ship. There's a rocket launcher and some broken stuff and a phased scope, and oh, this is for target painting. I just got it. I haven't tried to use it yet. Ammo and stuff for my weapons. And there's up here you can make it look differently if you don't want to. It kind of tells you that it's more about it. You can go like this, and it kind of takes away all the. This is for the pro that knows what everything does, but for us, we're pretty much here and here. This is where I'm at now after 15 days. So that's that. So I could take all these things and lighten up my ship, put them in the hangar. You can drag. Oops. Okay. I think it's really hard to drag stuff in that view. If you do it this way, see, now I can drag a whole bunch of junk. Let's see. And drop it in my hangar. Boom. Drop that in the hangar. So now I have scrap metal here. 4 of them. So if you right click it and hit reprocess, now you have to have the reprocess skill or this doesn't work. It'll tell you, train the skill. So reprocessing is important because this is how you get money off of stuff you pick up that you don't want. So now that just made it 1,000 ores, took the scrap metal and got the iron and the aluminum out of it, that kind of idea. But in this game it's called titanium. I made 1,000 of them. So now if I right click this, now I could do it to all of these, but I'm just showing you that the scrap metal that was on that ship, there's like 3 of them or something, or 4 of them, gave me this. Now if I hit sell this item, and see how it says by month, that means it'll sit in this thing for, I don't want it, I want to sell it right now, immediately. It's worth $7,628. I don't want to wait for my money, I want it right now. So you do that. Hit sell, and you just make 7,600 bucks. Now, this load right here of 81,000, this is one load of one of the mining ships that you get when you're a new player. Now I'm going to reprocess this stuff. Look at all this stuff I get out of it. Cost me $103,000 to reprocess that. So that's going to hurt your pocket. But now watch, I'm going to do just the ones that are red, right? And sell the ones I just got. Sell this item. It's worth $1.187 million and 25 cents. That's important. 25 cents. Okay. So I spent what I spent 100 and some thousand. So I just made $1 million back in just that one ore. Here's a pyrite. This all came from this ore. You know what I mean? And it turned it into these minerals. I got these minerals out of those. So I'm gonna sell this one. Sell item. Make sure it says immediate. 71,000. Not bad. I know people are freaking out that didn't play this game, telling me, why are you selling that stuff? It's so rare. Look at this, 1.2 million is what that's worth. Remember, I only spent about 100 and something thousand to reprocess this. And I've already made over $2 million. This is one truckload of a mining truck of this particular ore, like there's other types of ore. The cheapest ore possible in this game will still give you $1 million per load. So this one is worth 424,000. It's wonderful. So now I'm up to 49 million, guys. It's pretty cool, huh? I could do this one too. This 2,700 of these, I could say sell it. to sell that without reprocessing it, it's worth 65,000. So I can reprocess it. See, right click. Everything's a right click. And here's a bunch of these again. So it cost me 3,400 bucks and 67 cents. Reprocess. Sell. No one is selling. Hello. Sell. There we go. 39,000. Take it. Pyrex. Sell. 2,300 bucks. This little stuff here, 73 of these, is worth 13,000. And this Maxillion is worth 40,000. Not bad. So I probably made another 100,000 off that alone. And then this little bit that you need at least 100 to reprocess. So there's 44 there. Just sell it. 1,000 bucks. Goodbye. Alright, now these other things up here, this is what you use that scavenger laser for. After you kill a ship and you loot it, there's the Hulk laying there in parts. You can use a scavenger laser and it'll pick up this stuff. Now, unless you're into industry, this stuff is worthless. You can't sell it. One of these is worth 2,800 bucks. It's not bad, right? $5,800 for that one part. And you get a couple hundred of these, and then sell them. Yeah, you're hitting some big money. Look at this, 10,000 for the two of those, or 5,000 a piece. It's not too shabby. The rest of the stuff I'd like to keep. I have players, friends that are new, and I kind of give them all that stuff. So let's open up our Rifter. So to get a ship, you have to go to your hangar, go to the place where the ship is that you bought it, right click, hit assemble ship. This doesn't mean you're in it. All you do is assemble it. If you look, I still got the same ship in the background there. Okay, so this is where sizing windows becomes important. So I like to do it like this way. I'll show you why, because when I hit refit, everything that I want to do to this ship, I have to pull from this menu. Because this is my cargo menu. So we want this ship. So now right click the ship again, and you'll see that I have, other options. Make active is the one you want. Here she is. A new ship. Looks pretty cool, huh? It's called a Rifter. Okay, so now I'm going to go to fitting. And she's empty, yes. Go to my item hangar. Put the engine on. See? This is how you do it. You grab from your inventory and put it, stuff where it needs to go. I don't have a lot of stuff here, but I do have the other ship is sitting here, right? Remember? So this other ship does have some stuff on it. No weapons, though. So we'll have to fly around naked. Item hangar. Well, I have... Will this take this?
Insufficient power.
Okay, the reason it has insufficient power is because this is a very big launcher for a small little ship.
Insufficient power.
It says right here that it requires 1,160 power units, but only 34 of 49 units are available for my core. So this is a little baby ship, and it's definitely never going to run no large, heavy launcher. Okay, so we need small items, small weapons, that kind of thing. This is a ship scanner. Now, if you don't know where stuff goes, just drop it in the middle, and it puts it where it goes. Now, in order to save yourself a lot of money, if you don't know what something does, and you think you want it in the store, say like over here, I would simulate. And I'll tell you why. Because when you simulate something, like let's unfit this real quick, and unfit this. Okay, when you simulate, I guess this stuff's in my... Oh, because I'm simulating, it's not gonna drop. Okay, so how do I show them what I want? Okay, so you put an engine in, and because you're simulating, it doesn't actually take it out of your inventory, so you can see what the effective 3 will do. But in this game, you can only use one of these, so it's not really an effective way of showing you what I'm trying to do. But something like this is. See. And it puts them up there. Now realize, if you use the high power slots, all 3 of them, turrets and missile launchers use high power slots. So if you fill them up with stuff that's not weapons, you will have no weapons. But as you move stuff around, now you can go in here, like people are always like, I want rigs. I want this. So these are rigs here. You need to have the skill rigging in order to use rigs. All the icons are here. Like this is three-phase. You can see it. So this is, 220, 120. So 120 or 110. Two 110s is 220. Three 110s is, is we call it three-phase. It's what big engines, big powerful things, big powerful electric motors run on, things like that. Okay, so you want to buy stuff and you don't know if it's going to fit. So you go ahead into here, you grab this and you drop it. And you grab three of them and you drop it. And you grab another one and you drop it. You see? See, they're there. But this is a simulation. As soon as I turn this off, it goes back to how the ship was. But this is showing me that I can run three of those things and I'm still stable. So if I wanted to keep them, I would right click them, I would view the market details. I would find out where they are. They're one jump away. They're 96,900 ISK. It's the best price on the market right now, and he has 100 of them, and I only need 3. So I would right click, I would say buy this, and I would make this number 3. See, 3, 290,000, and I would hit buy. And I would go get it, and you go into that fitting of that area. Go to your, the item hanger here, not your ship inventory. The item hanger of the place where you bought that at. By doing that, you have to go here. You have to find it. We'll just say I bought that display launcher. Okay, so that's what I just bought hypothetically. I would click set destination. I would leave this. Leave this. Yes, I go to simulation. Leave this. So this is all I see. I would undock. And I know I'm going out there with no weapons and nothing on this ship, but it's alright. I'm going from one newbie place to another. Now that destination set. So all I have to do at this point is just hit autopilot.
Autopilot engaged.
And it's just going to go there. Just sit back, go get a drink, go roll a smoke, whatever it is you do. And when you come back, you'll be sitting in a dock. And that's really how easy this game is. Combat and everything else really is just that simple. There really is no reason to stress this game. Don't freak out that you're getting hit by lasers. You have shields. They say it's stupid that I have shields on these ships. It has shields, it has armor, and it has hull. Or structure in this case. These three lines. So this one will go first. When this one's gone, the second one will start going. When it's gone, the third one will go. When it's gone, you are dead. That's how it works. So I don't have anything. I have a jet and a cargo scanner on this thing right now. See, I did the autopilot. See how far away I am from this thing? You guys saw it earlier in the thing. I went right in because I did it manually. But we're in a safe area, a 9. When you get below 5 or 5.5 and below, it's not a good idea to use autopilot. But I'm just going to sit here just to show you. I haven't done anything. I'm just sitting here. While this kind of stuff's happening, you can still go to your fittings. See, it's over here. And look at stuff. You can still simulate while you're flying around. This is all automated. Your ship is automated. And the more you learn about this game, the more automated it becomes because the more, things you do. Now there is a first-person view, which is here, down here, and you can see, and you can fly using your arrow keys, but it's barbaric. I suggest staying in this mode all the time and never even go to that mode for any reason ever. There's no reason to ever be there. All it's going to do is make it harder for you to play. So that's about it for this. Let me show you some of the others. There's scanning here. There's the tactical overviews, which just kind of gives you like a tactical overview. See? And you can kind of see where ships are, and
permission requested. Docking request accepted.
There's some stuff that you could learn on that alone. I could do a whole video on just these buttons here alone. So, but that's as far as I'm going to go right now. It's gotten kind of long. It's 45 minutes. But there I am. I'm back at the base. Just to give you an idea how big the world is. Let me show you the map. I can do that. So here we are here. Right? And in, here is planets, a sun, you know, various things that you can go explore and whatever. And I happen to be here. I'm the thing that's, you know, the pulsating thing. That's you. I do have a home base somewhere. If I zoom out, it'll say it somewhere. Home station right there. Okay. Oh, that is the home station. Oh, I'm at my own home station. Okay. Cool. So I'm home. Now, so that's that star system. But as you can see, all these points, these are all places to go. Every single one of them. And I mean every single one of them. Look at it all. Yeah. And there's lots of places that haven't been explored. Like out here, for example. You know, this UUAF. There's some stuff out here. See, look, I can pick up on some stuff. A couple. Someone got out here, probably went through a wormhole and it was unstable. Oh, an unstable wormhole is like, imagine a hose stretched from one end to the other. A stable wormhole is a stretched hose, one end to the other, nice and tight. And so when you go in it, you go in here and you come out there. And every single time you go in or out, that's where you go. An unstable one is this side's tight and this side's not connected. So think of a high pressure hose flipping around. You know what I mean? That's unstable. So if you go in here and you go out the other side, you're here, or you're here, or you're there, or you're there. You don't know, you know, and nobody could save you because it's going nuts all over the place. And someone goes, you know, you go in 1 second, you're here. Your buddy comes in 5 seconds later, he's here. You see what I mean? Because it's flipping around, going crazy. It's unstable. It's all over. You know, so you end up in random places in space. The other versions of unstable is you don't know when it's going to shut. You could go in here, and both sides will shut. Now you're in what they call an abysmal space, and you have to have someone open a gate for you in abysmal space, and then you have to warp to them to get out, or you got to mark the entrances and exits. You know, like before you go in, you mark it, you save the location, and then when you go in, you turn around, you look at the thing, and you save the location again. Because you're in a different reality, so you need it's you know it's not going to show up on the other one, so you need to save both sides of it. A friend of mine didn't save one side of it, and we had one of the new players who didn't even know how to do scanning, had to learn how to scan and do all that, and then go to this place and find him, and he actually did it. He actually saved them. It was like the most epic a story you ever heard. It was pretty cool. But yeah, so this game you make your own story, you know, and what you do is everything that you do is your fault. If you die, it's your fault. Nobody else's. Just remember that. And when you're dead, it's dead and it's gone. And your guy will reclone or whatever, and you'll go back to your home base, and you take whatever's in your inventory and you work with it, and you get yourself back out there and you do it again. Try not to die and have some fun. It's really not that bad. Just got maybe 2 or 3 weeks of learning curve on this to really understand it fully, and you got it. But the game becomes fun, and you know you progress and things like that. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. This is all I got for you guys today. Cost